Imagine life's complexity in a lighter speed with the right mindset, focusing on growth and development. What would you accomplish? Probably a lot, maybe not. Don't worry, let's try to make things as broad as possible. Something you can think of. How can I develop and grow into different categories? From the headlines business, for example, human, nature, psychology, history, technology, programming, mathematics, science, economics, civilization, communication, learning, creativity. All lands in the human process and order and organization. What is trade? What human need or principle gave rise to this? Now imagine what is a good start. A good start is where things fit naturally and obviously. Or it might seem rough out there. Or maybe market is actually the best place to start in now. Not because it's rough. People are growing in minority and reduced development and growth. But that's not a good insight. It's good to be broad as possible and reasoning and what benefits instead. Many search and seek the immediate or appealing, though it's never a great idea or good even. Or sometimes we find things and thought, this is a great idea, never thought of it. But there's much more to living. But the world is moving in that direction though. Things have passed the veil and things have passed been scrolls without end or appealing. But not many focus on the external and not internal. And when I say internal, what is the first thing that comes to mind? Emotions, things that don't work with sales. The heart is actually a function that allows ability, besides emotion, even to create emotional resilience, being upright and appropriate, or laws. Indecision and reasoning with mind and other functions might have come to an incident. When you see an incident, might have been heart shrieking, and then what happens? You build a reasoning and reflection around it. Could have passed by or slipped away, because that's not life. Same way, we find something, we buy, we use, eventually maybe not. So it's always good to look for things that is useful, permitted within a logic and reasoning. The heart holds dearly and expands and develops and grow. You might come across a few sales only, but you found a step closer to home, settlement, or growth and development. It might not be what to look out for. Or could it be? But it definitely is what is absolute. As communities grow, simple exchanges will become more organized. People create marketplaces where many buyers and sellers can meet. Over time, money emerges as a common way to exchange value, making trade faster and more practical than direct barter. Businesses from the coordinate form to coordinate people, tools, and resources on a larger scale. Roads, ships, railway, and eventually the internet expands exchange across continents. Yet beneath all of these development lies the same underlying principle. People create more together though, through voluntary cooperation than they can alone. The food on the table may come from one country, the food in your hand may contain parts designed and manufactured in many others. The knowledge you may learn may come from someone you never met. Modern life is built upon countless exchanges between millions of people. Trade is not merely economic activity. It's one of the ways human beings connect, share abilities, solve problems, and build society. Next time you buy a loaf of bread, download the app, or maybe thank someone for their work. You're taking part of a pattern that has shaped civilization for thousands of years. It all begins with a simple realization. None of us can do everything. Together we can do more than any one of us can do alone. What do you think? Though there is a saying, one person in the right place can accomplish on their own, if the group decides to follow another, or internet, if we throw out numbers that 80% of people use the internet today, if we go back to history, how many people would have used internet the way life was then? People traveled, people saw things, people, a way of life as it's explained into the modern world is completely different from how it is. So smart matter of fact, finding the right way of thinking, history has a larger scale of actual life.